Okay, Moldova has drastically changed their tax laws, and it's a very fast growing country, and it's a very inexpensive place to run a business. There are some disadvantages of having a company there too, which I'm going to go over that with you. To Travel had a great video, which I'm going to go over with you more in detail on how that relates to what I'm going to be talking with you on. Now, the eastern country of Moldova's continuing efforts to attract overseas firms as it tries to move past political uncertainty. The country's standard corporate tax rate, the amount that firms have to pay on their profits, is just 12%. Now, this compares with 25% in the UK and 25.8% in the Netherlands. Now, there's an even better deal for tech firms. In 2018, the Moldovan government launched an initiative to grow the country's IT sector, the Moldovan IT Park, also called the MITP. Now, this isn't a physical business park. Instead, it's a virtual scheme open to all IT firms in the country and those that wish to move there from overseas. Now, firms that sign up only have to pay a corporate tax rate for this type of scheme is only 7%. And so you literally can get your taxes close to zero with this type of program. Now, the MITP is part of a wider effort by the Moldovan government to modernize and expand its economy ahead of a bid to join the European Union in 2030. Now, the government is being led by Moldova's pro-EU President Maia Sandu, who this week was reelected for a second term. And last month, Moldovans voted yes on pro-EU constitutional changes. However, the vote was extremely close, and yes getting 50.46% and no receiving 49.54%. Now, although Russia denied interfering in the vote, Moldova's authorities said attempts had been made to buy up around 300,000 votes in what Maia Sandu described as an unprecedented assault on freedom and democracy. Now, Moscow is opposed to Moldova joining the EU and supports Moldova's breakaway region of Transnistria economically, politically, and militarily. Now, Moldova's President Maia Sandu has been reelected for a second term of office. Dumitru Alaba, Moldova's Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Economic Development and Digitization, is positive about where Moldova is heading. This used to be a highly corrupt country, a country where exactly 10 years ago, $1 billion from the central banks just disappeared. Moldova is moving very fast towards joining the EU and is reforming the economy. Now, Moldova has been rising on the Global Corruption Perception Index produced by anti-corruption watchdog Transparency International. Out of 180 countries with a lower placing, meaning that a country is less corrupt, Moldova is now in 76th place, up from 91st a year earlier. Now, entrepreneurs can breathe freely without fear of repercussion, without fear of corrupt inspectors, without fear of a filthy justice sector that commits crazy abuses. Moldova is now a much easier place to do business than it was just in 2007. And back then, it was extremely bureaucratic. It was hard to get a residence permit. It was painful to register a company, especially as a foreigner. Also, folks, if you can do us a big favor, we don't monetize this channel. If you can give us a thumbs up if you like the video. And also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button at the right of your screen. You'll get new videos automatically by doing these things. It helps in the algorithm of our channel. And you can go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and just ask for some help if you're interested in moving further on this. Now, because we actually work with this country and about another 99 countries on residency and citizenship. Now, it was painful intersecting with the tax agency. It was very slow in getting things done, but it's gotten a lot better in Moldova. The banks were real hard to work with. The main government building in Chisinau is very clear about the administration's desire to join the EU. Member companies of the MITP don't just benefit from the 7% corporate tax rate. That's really low, 7%. They also don't need to make employer Social Security contributions, and staff don't even have to pay an income tax. This is a big benefit. Now, the MITP has also simplified immigration procedures through the IT visa program. More than 2,000 companies are now registered with the MITP, 300 which have come from overseas. The most common countries, these have moved from actually countries like the UK, US, Germany, Netherlands, and Ukraine. Now, in the first half of 2024, MITP firms generated a combined 365 million euros, which is roughly 397 million US in revenues, according to official figures, and now employing 22,000 people in general. They're said to contribute around 6% of the country's GDP. Now, while the MITP scheme has worked to boost Moldova's IT sector, the influx of foreign tech companies has driven up salaries in the industry considerably. Now, Sven Weiss, a German expat who has set up a small IT services business in the country called Trabia, says he is now finding himself priced out when it comes to employee pay. He says that the biggest firms signed up to the MITP can offer IT specialists more than 100,000 euros because this is still cheaper than hiring people within a bigger country like the US or Germany. Now, Prime Minister Dumitru Alabay says that corruption in the country has been tackled. At the same time, he says that many Moldovan IT sector workers still want to leave the country. Fewer people are now leaving Moldova, but immigration is still high. Now, another negative issue is the continuing war in neighboring Ukraine, which is likely making more Western IT firms think twice about investing in Moldova. The BBC article says that Moldova is safe as long as the free world is supporting Ukraine. Now, Marina Bazova, MITP's administrator and assistant professor at the Technical University of Moldova, already sees Moldova as a regular business hub. Moldova is connecting even Central Asia, countries like Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, and Uzbekistan, who are culturally more further from Europe. Now, however, Moldova understands both of these cultures, so it's the kind of business hub that Europe needs, and Chisinau is now a really vibrant place. If you want to learn more on this, on how to get residency there, we can help you on that. Just go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and just ask for some help. And if you want to legally get your income taxes to zero, how to get a second passport as quick as 4 to 8 months. Again, go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and just ask for some help. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button to the right of your screen right here, and you'll get new videos automatically as they come out. And I look forward to talking to you in the next video. Take care.